My little boy. Do you mind sharing with me? You don't have to move. Here you go. You can stay right there. Well, hello again. So, because I didn't know what to do, I've been kind of panicking and stressing, and my bigger project is on hold for a while until I can find a sewing machine, because I think that's just going to be a bit easier on me. So, we're good. We're good. I figured out something to do for at least this video. Maybe the next couple, I don't know. I'm going to attempt to knit a sweater for myself. So, my aunt sent me some of my grandmother's old knitting books, or knitting magazines, and this is one of them. I think it's pretty cute, and I was flipping through it and I found a sweater that looked relatively easy enough to attempt. So I'm gonna try to knit this. It is a bulky yarn book, so that's good, because I think a lot of mine is bulky yarn that I have, just laying around. So I'm gonna have to see how much I have of what color and hope it's enough. This is gonna be a disaster, but it's gonna be a fun disaster. So let's get knitting, I guess. Okay, so for this pattern, it's, I guess, pretty common in knitting to start with the back panel first and then work on the sides. Okay, so this one's a little confusing. Maybe I chose the wrong pattern to start knitting with, but go hard or go home. That's my motto. So I think the back panel is going to be pretty easy. I am in general a size 14 in 1940s patterns, and I think I'm a size 12. I can check. I'm sure there's a spot where that can be checked. But I'm fairly certain that I'm a size 12 in 1960s patterns in general. Let's see. Okay. So, look, coming up. Women's sizes. Great. So, 34 bust and a 25-inch waist. Hips 35. I don't know. These sizings are, weird. Sizing is weird in general, but that's okay. I usually just go by the bust size, and that's pretty good. And also, if it's knit, you do have a little bit more of like a leeway where you can go with a size 12 and it'll stretch a bit. So that's not too concerning to me. And especially not with this pattern being so loose looking and straight. I think it'll be fine. So I'm going with size 12. So you can see here where they have the little parentheses. These are for size 14, 16, and 18. This one is 12. So the whole pattern is done in a size 12 to start with, and then they add the parentheses for like your bigger sizes. And yeah, so I cast on my 101 casts. I don't know what these are called. I'm a crocheter, not really a knitter, but I did that, and then it looks like a knit one, purl one, knit one. So that's like a seed stitch, I think. That's what it's called. It's a really cute little stitch. I know I've made something with this, maybe just like a square when I tried to knit the last time. So you're gonna do that for a few rows, and then we'll switch out my needles. Okay, so it's gonna be 4 rows of this in total, of the pearls, not the pearls, the knit. I don't know knitting. Okay, 4 rows, and then I'm gonna switch out my needles and do a stockinette stitch. So that's like the super basic stitch. Like my sweater right here is mostly stockinette. I am not confident in my ability to try to give anyone directions on knitting. I would highly recommend finding someone else if you want to learn how to knit. But okay, we're gonna attempt to do this. Hey, how's it going? So, I've just been knitting so much. This is what I've gotten done in 5 days. Yeah, I think this is going to take a lot longer than I thought, so I'm just going to keep plugging away. Hey there. So, I finished my back panel, and I've started working on my lace portion, because that is the next thing to do in this pattern. So that's what I'm doing. I figured I would do a couple sets off camera just so I could struggle and figure this out, hopefully. And I think I got it. Just a little confused about, knitting terminology. I don't follow patterns when I crochet, mostly, so it's an adjustment, to say the least, to go from that to a pattern. Especially a lace pattern, because most of this is all pretty easy. It's just a matter of knitting and casting off. And for this, there's like passing over and slipping stitches and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to get these bits finished up. We'll see where I am, and yeah, see you in a bit. I'm back. Okay. I'm settling down. So, let's talk knitting a little bit. I have really underestimated how long it takes to knit things. I sew fast, I crochet fast, I weave fast. I'm not used to things taking this long to make, but that's okay. This is probably good for me, maybe. So what I've gotten done at this point is I've gotten my back panel done. She just looks like a little black blob at the moment, and that's okay. That's done, and I've gotten the lace bits to the front panels done, and that was fun, trying to learn maybe super basic knitting techniques, I'm going to assume. But again, I don't really knit, so I don't know these things. Yeah. So I'm calling this good for this video. I will be back to do some more knitting within a couple videos. I'll make sure to make this into a little playlist on its own so you can easily find it and watch through this whole thing. And hopefully the next time I start knitting, I'll be a bit more informative of like how to actually knit and like cast on your stitches and cast off and what a stockinette looks like and things like that. I'm hopeful that I can somewhat show you how to knit. I did start a Ko-Fi page, which is going to be linked in the description. I don't know what I was originally going to say there, but my brain just blanked a little, and that's okay. On the Ko-Fi page, which is exciting for you guys, I think, I've put up pictures of the pattern that I'm using. So if you want, you can knit along with me, or just knit whatever you want to knit. And hopefully you can show me and brag, because I want to see people who know how to knit, and also people who don't know how to knit and show me, so I can be like, oh wow, that's so cool, and we can just have a big old happy knitting party. I don't know, I can dream. Yeah. So in my next video, I don't think I'll be knitting. I've gotten supplies for another project that I'm also very excited to start. So that should be what comes up next. And yeah, if you enjoy watching me try to do stuff, consider subscribing and liking this video. I hear that helps. I don't know how, but go for it. Yeah. I'll see you later. In 2 weeks, where I'm doing something else and not knitting. But then in 2 weeks after that, I will be knitting. I'm gonna stop talking now. So yeah, subscribe. Look at that free pattern that I've put up. The link will be in the description. And yeah. Bye.